Everybody in trucking loves to say, I'm building generational wealth. But here's the truth. Your kids might not want to drive a truck. So if you're counting on passing down the trucking company to them, you might be setting yourself up for disappointment. Hey, real quick. Ever since I scaled my fleet, I've been using Gusto for payroll, and it's been a game changer. It makes paying drivers and contractors super simple, keeps all the tax stuff handled automatically, and even helps with benefits when you're ready to grow your team. If you're running a business, trust me, you don't want payroll to be a headache. I'll drop the link in the description so you can get started with Gusto today. Now back to the video. Now, people think generational wealth in trucking means leaving their kids the keys to the truck. But your kids, they might not want to touch the steering wheel. And honestly, isn't the goal for your kids is for them to do better than you anyway? So why would you want your kids, fighting with brokers, going on the load board, things like that, all right? So instead of thinking, I'll pass down the truck, why don't you think, how could I pass down the money that the truck helped me make? Because trucking isn't the generational wealth. Trucking is the tool. Here's how you use it. You drive the truck, you make the money. You take the money and you invest the money. You buy assets, you buy stocks, you buy bonds, all right? You buy real estate, even set up a portfolio for your company. You set up a portfolio for your kids. You set up an IRA, all right? A Roth IRA. Now, that's the real wealth. Assets that keep making money, whether a truck is moving or not. Now, I've seen this play out both ways. Some people grind for years, then hand their kids a truck. The kid says, well, I don't want it. So now the truck sits, the business dies, and so does the so-called wealth. Then I've seen others take their trucking money, they buy real estate, they buy stocks, they start other businesses, and years later, their kids don't have to drive the trucks, all right? Their kids can probably manage the trucking company, if they're interested in logistics, all right? Now, they're living off the investments that their parents built from trucking. So if you plan to just leave your kid a box truck, you're thinking it's too small, all right? Trucks break down, the markets change. Your kids don't want your job. They want your results. They want the money. So stop acting like trucking is the wealth. It's the tool to build the wealth. So here's the smart play. Use trucking to generate cash flow. Don't blow it, all right? Out buying designer clothes and taking trips, knowing that you can't afford the trips or you shouldn't be taking the trips, or you see your business is making a little bit of money. Now you want to go lease that vehicle or buy that vehicle that's costing like $1,000 some a month. That's not bringing any money in to the company. All right. Or, if you're a single guy, you out there balling, spending money on all the women. All right. Don't do that. Don't blow the money. Invest the money. All right. Build assets that outlive you and don't depend on your kids driving. So if you scale your fleet, that's great. You'll have more money to put into assets, all right? That's how you really create generational wealth, not by handing your kid a key to a truck, all right? But you want to hand them freedom. That's what you want to hand your kids, freedom. So trucking is not the generational wealth. Trucking is the tool that helps you build it. So don't confuse the two.